In this video, we are going to talk about the fastest way to pay off debt. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Are you swimming in debt and don't know how you're ever going to pay it off? You're not alone. If you're looking for easy ways to cut down your debt, including intuitive tweaks to your debt payoff strategies and habits, follow the advice of these current and former US News My Money bloggers. Before you start repaying debt, take a moment to identify the kind of debt you have, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, mortgage debt, or something else, and determine how much debt you have. Understanding the type and amounts of your loans can help you come with a personalized plan for debt payoff. According to research from the Pew Charitable Trusts, 80% of Americans have some form of debt. So whether your debt is the result of an unexpected emergency or accidental overspending, there's no need to feel ashamed about what you owe. However, to avoid paying excessive interest rates, late fees, and falling behind on payments, it can be a good idea to learn how to get out of debt and create an actionable plan to meet your goals. Here are the fastest ways to pay off debt. Before we have a tendency to begin, why don't you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so that you never miss any of our videos. Let's begin. Stop going out to eat. We get it. Going to a restaurant or hitting up the drive-thru is so much easier than making meals at home. But while you're enjoying the freedom of not having to cook for those picky eaters, you're spending way more eating out than you would by eating in. Want a creative way to socialize and share a meal? Invite friends over for taco night instead of meeting up at a restaurant. And hey, if you want to splurge for guac, we're not judging. Create a budget. The first step to solving your debt problem is to establish a budget, writes former US News contributor David Back. You can use personal finance tools like Mint.com, or make your own Excel spreadsheet that includes your monthly income and expenses. Then scrutinize those budget categories to see where you can cut costs. If you don't scale back your spending, you'll dig yourself into a deeper hole, Back warns. Put together a plan. Paying off your debt should always start with a plan, no matter how much money you have, and even if you can't start paying on your debt right away. Start by listing your debts along with the balance and interest rate. Prioritize your accounts, noting the order you want to pay them off, for instance, highest interest rate debt first, lowest balance first, or another order. The plan is to pay as much as you can afford on one account while paying the minimum on all the other accounts. Ideally, you'll find ways to free up more cash in your budget, more on that below, but to start, work with what you have. Reward yourself when you reach milestones. You won't pay down your debt any faster if you view it as a form of punishment. So reward yourself when you reach debt payoff goals. The only way to completely pay off your credit card debt is to keep at it, and to do that, you must keep yourself motivated, Back writes. Just make sure to reward yourself within reason. For example, instead of a week-long vacation, plan a weekend camping trip. If you aim to reduce your credit card debt from $10,000 to $5,000 in 2 months, Back writes, give yourself more than a pat on the back when you do it. Ask your creditors for a lower interest rate. A high interest rate makes it harder to pay off your debt, because more of your monthly payment goes toward interest charges. Lowering your interest rate reduces the monthly interest you pay and allows you to pay off your debt faster. A good credit score and positive payment history give you more leverage toward getting a lower interest rate. If your credit card issuer won't budge, consider transferring your balance to a credit card with a lower interest rate. Taking advantage of a 0% balance transfer offer is even better. Consider consumer credit counseling. A credit counseling agency can work with you to review your finances and figure out a budget that can include monthly debt payments. If you can't afford your debt payments, the credit counselor will try to work out a debt management plan (DMP) with your creditors. The DMP will often include lower monthly payments to your creditors, and you might make one monthly payment to your credit counselor, who will then distribute payments to each of your creditors. Use the debt avalanche method. One of the biggest reasons debt is such a problem is due to high interest rates. If you have a lot of the same debt, like student loans or credit cards, for example, you might want to take charge of them through the debt avalanche method. With this, you'll list out all your debt details, like what you owe, your minimum monthly payment, and the interest rates for each. Then you'll start putting every extra dollar you have toward the debt with the highest interest while still making minimum payments on your other debts. You'll do this until the highest interest debt is paid in full. Once you've completed one debt, move on to the next highest interest debt, and put every extra dollar you have towards it. Keep it going until you pay off your student loans, or other debt, like credit cards, completely. Try the debt snowball method. If instead you're more motivated by small victories, try the debt snowball method. While the debt avalanche method focuses on the highest interest debt, the debt snowball works on the smallest balance first. You'll list out all of your debt in the same way, but you'll put all your extra money toward the debt with the lowest balance, while still making minimum payments on all your other debt. Once you've paid off your smallest debt, move on to your next smallest debt and continue on until all your debt is paid off. Sell unwanted gifts and household items. Have any birthday gifts or old wedding presents collecting dust in your closet? Search your home for items you can sell on eBay or Craigslist. Do some research to make sure you list these items at a fair and reasonable price, Karimi writes. Take quality photos, and write an attention-grabbing headline and description to sell the item as quickly as possible. Any profits from sales should go toward your debt. Use a cash windfall. If you've been crushing it at work and your boss notices, you might get rewarded through a bonus or raise. Or maybe you got a hefty tax refund. This is not only great for your career, but also your debt. You can put the cash from your windfall toward your outstanding debt, or use the extra monthly income to make larger payments. If you're trying to pay off your mortgage sooner, for example, the extra payments toward your home loan can help reduce your total balance. Find a balance transfer offer. If you're suffering from high-interest credit card debt, you might want to find a 0% APR introductory rate on a balance transfer to a new credit card. This method allows you to move over and pay off credit card debt without accumulating more interest. Some balance transfers have a 0% introductory rate from anywhere between 15 and 21 months, depending on the card you choose. But keep in mind most of these offers include a balance transfer fee which could be up to 6% of the amount you're transferring. While you're paying off this debt, you shouldn't spend more on the new card and you should pay it off before the introductory period ends. This will help you avoid getting into more debt for even longer. What do you think of our list? Which of the above method you like the most? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.